It's going to be more of a review, and I will explain a bit more about normal key levels. But if you check the group today, I said something, right? I said, let me share my screen. Okay. So today in the group I said another day to remind you. Let me read it how I wrote it. I said, good day everyone, another day to remind you continuation models, trending markets, reversal models, ranging markets. Alright, now aside the continuation models and reversal models that we know here, there are a lot more that people trade, but there's a rule that applies to all of these. You just have to trade a particular one. Alright, now before we continue, I'm seeing a good sale on this BTC, but I think he already started playing out. I think 50% of this. I'll trigger here. This is a QML. I don't know, but I think I've really not been so active. Yeah. So I would have likely seen this and maybe say it in the group or something, but this is just what's happening here. But I think some people actually caught the trade in evolution, because I saw that they were asking me if the setup was correct, and yes, I corrected them. I said yes, it is correct, but there were just few things I was not comfortable with in this setup. But we'll come to that. The little thing I wasn't comfortable with, but yeah. Now there's some things that before we go into me explaining key levels, because obviously some people may still have a part that is lagging in key levels, right? Now, well, mind you, I'm not on this trade, okay? I did not sit on time, so if I had seen it, this would have been my entry, and it already did 1 to 2. That's some people's take profit, so I can't really enter it, but some people are on the trade. Now there are some things that, since I've been answering questions, I've been correcting, right? And I see that the questions will occur consistently, so it really means that I need to. I think what's happening here now is this: there's another rejection coming up from here. That's what is happening here. Anyway, yeah, like I said, the questions are coming in consistently, so yeah, somebody just reminded me. Exactly, that's what I wanted to say. Now the thing is this, the question is this. Some people ask a question: if you have a buy and a sell QML in the same trade, which do you take? Now let us assume that we have a buy. A QML is simply a reversal pattern. It shows when price wants to reverse. It doesn't really mean that price will go in that direction for the long run. Alright, it's actually a reversal pattern. Now in some cases you can see both a buy and a sell in the same direction. The question is this: what do you do? Now it's really simple. This trend is bullish, right? If as current market price is here, over here, if this sell triggers first, fine, we take the sell and we take the buy. But if the buy triggers first, we have to compulsorily cancel the sell. Now the reason is this: The buy is in line with the trend and the sell is a counter. If the sell triggers first, it's understandable, it will play out and get to the buy and continue. Something like that has happened on BTC. I'm going to show a live example here. Now let's check something out. I think I saw something like that over here. Okay, it should be around here. Now this is a buy, though the buy triggered a hair. Yes, it's still corresponding. So this is a buy point of interest, right? But this one is quite different somehow, because the buy and the sell did not show up at the same time, but after the buy played out, the sell showed up. So this is the buy. Now let us use the instance where the sell showed up too. Now once a reversal pattern is spotted, you are not really in line with the trend, you have to set break even or exit that trade. It will not hold once a reversal pattern. That's why I always tell you guys, I always say that it's just best that price keeps respecting the continuation model when it is, for example, if it's buying like this, instead of it to come here and invalidate this buy resistance that turns support, let it just ignore it and keep going. Because the moment one fails, that is a reversal sign. Now look at this over here. The moment this buy, the moment price created this sell point of interest here, is it this one? No, there's a buy and sell that occurred at the same time. Trying to see, is it this one? The validation was here. Okay, yes, it is. Now you can see where the sell got activated. If you are still holding onto this buy, price must have kicked you out by now. Like, you cannot be on this trade till now. Why? Because the sell is in line with the trend, and immediately this reversal pattern shows up here, you need to exit that buy or set break even, because that is, I think I made a post about it some days ago on Twitter. Let me read what I wrote. I saw that question too many times to ignore. That's why I had to write about it. Check them. Okay, I said if you keep hitting multiple SLs back to back, there are three major reasons your setup might be failing, no matter how good they look. Now, this strategy is not a magic. If you do the right thing, it's going to work out for you consistently overall. But if you don't take the rules as it should, it's going to seem like the strategy is not working. Alright, now number one thing I wrote was this: ignoring reversal signs and formation. A setup can be valid, I said at the beginning, but the market does not stay the same. Now somebody might be thinking to swing trade this, saying BTC is going to 100k or whatever, we should be able to get to the disruption, we should be able to get to the inducement with this counter buy. But immediately a reversal sign, price has given a reversal sign, you have to exit or set break even in your buy and take the one corresponding with the trend, because it is that one that we hold. Now let me look for, I think there was a sell on BTC. What date was that? I think the sell that we all took, and then let me look for that sell. I don't know if it's on my phone. Let me check. Okay. There was a sell. What date? Okay, this is in 22nd, so I think it's around here. Okay, fine. Now you can see that there was a sell point of interest here, but along the line, right, a buy reversal sign showed up here. Now a buy reversal is a reversal model is just very simple. It just means that one continuation model, whether fresh or unfresh, has to fail. Now you can see back to back when this sell, this, just back to back. Now there's the one we all took together and we went, the trade closed at break even. I think is okay, this is it here. This one, there was a sell here. This one we all took it together, and I'm going to explain why. I updated the group and I said that if this particular key level that price created is not respected in this BTC, then the sell price will take it out and it will create a reversal sign. But if it creates that reversal sign, okay, this is an example of that buy and sell stuff I just said. Now okay, look at this. Now there is a buy key level. This was the sell, we took it. Let me put this the two so that we can see it. This was the sell, we took this sell here. Price is over 1 to 2. Our target was 1 to 3. Price did not come to 1 to 3. Now then something happened. Immediately I had to tell the group because it's something to take note of. All of you remember this, I think it was on Monday or so. Everybody should remember this particular trade. Now our normal support that becomes resistance, the last corresponding key level is this. Normally if you want to take positions, this can be your next entry. This can be your next continuation, still holding on to your previous position, but this as your next continuation, right? Now if you observe something, price invalidated this guy. Before that guy, I think we also had, let me take it a step at a time, we had a continuation here. Let me shift this. We had a continuation here. I told you guys, yeah, this one did about 1 to 3, but that's not even the bone of contention. We had a continuation here. I think this one did about 1 to 3. Now I was still convinced that the sell would still continue, but what was really concerning was the next continuation model that price formed was not respected. The rule of trading a continuation model is this: whether fresh or unfresh, price should keep respecting it. Now see this one that was price created here. If you take a sell here, even if, because this sell is big, so let's just assume that we took a 50% here. We are going to do a backtesting section on BTC, most likely either next week Sunday or the second Sunday of April. Yeah, we're going to, like, if you want to do that, it has to be like the whole section, because that thing takes long, can take like 1 hour, like just backtesting. I will not even go far. It can be like just January to June or something. That's the thing. So it just has to be one full section we are dedicating to it. So now let's say that we have this guy here. Now you see that this guy got invalidated, and whenever a continuation model gets invalidated, the low, that's that entry, this one, let me take this out, this becomes a reversal pattern. Now price created this reversal pattern, and people that asked me in the group, they were asking that should they take the buy. I said if price creates a sell and has not triggered that buy first, then that sell we hold and the buy we not hold. Now this buy price kept going, and then it created this sell, which is this one. Like, this was a very clean sell, created this one. The buy did not trigger first. Do you see that the buy did not hold? Why did it not hold? It is because now we had both a buy and a sell point of interest reversal. It did not hold because this buy is not in line with the trend. So it was just a counter, and if a counter should hold, it has to trigger first. That is why I said the question you have to ask yourself every time is, where is price coming from and where is price going? Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday, if you're telling BTC, Monday to Sunday. Ask yourself that question. It is very, very important. Where price is coming from matters a lot than even your entry. This is a sell, this is a buy. Where is price coming from? Why should you take a buy when a sell that is in line with the trend is playing out? The momentum at which price is coming from this place, this counter cannot withstand it. That is why it will not hold. Everybody that asked me about this buy in evolution, I told them nobody should take that BTC buy. It's not going to hold. Considering where price is coming from, a buy cannot hold. If this buy had triggered first, then it would have held, and then the sell would have also held, or the sell gets taken out. And if this sell gets taken out, then we should be seeing like the inducement again or the disruption among the two, right? But the buy did not hold. And now I also said I will correct something. If you are not on the initial first trade, for example, you miss this QML reversal, taking the continuations with key levels are very risky, like SBR and RBS. They are very risky. Why do I say so? Because this is a ranging market. For a QML to play consistently, it means that price is actually ranging, and that is what has been happening in this BTC. Price has been ranging. So for price to keep obeying a QML back to back, if you check here now, you should get nothing less than 6 QML, even on 8, and that 6 or 8 now, only like 1 or 2 hit a sell. Because why? This is the comfort zone. QML likes a ranging market, neither going up or coming down. It's just like it's going, it's coming, it's returning. That's what was happening. So both a buy and a sell can hold, but there are factors guiding these things. So if you are not on the trade from the initial, because the reason why price will be creating all these key levels for us is for us to just enter more positions. Like, it's called scaling in. Some people call it stacking, but I call that one strategic scaling in. Entering with the profit got you from the initial. If you enter this with $10 and over here you are up like a $10 profit, you can risk like $3 here with from your profit. And then if you keep going, you just need one key level to give a reversal sign for you to totally exit that trade. Strategic scaling in. Most people might hit stop loss in this trade, but this trade was a break even. Why? Because an obvious reversal model showed up. Very obvious one. So the buy cannot hold because price triggered the sell first. And if you missed a particular trade, you can see that this one, the price obeyed here. You can see that there was no reversal sign. Even to the unfresh, price kept respecting all. Now imagine you were adding positions at each of these. You should have one position here. Even at the unfresh, price kept respecting it. There was no reversal sign here. Now, why I said something was not adding up in this sell was this. I'm going to explain, but the rule still applies. Now we had a key level here. This is a normal support that became a resistance that got invalidated, a continuation model that got invalidated, giving us what? A buy reversal, it got invalidated here, a buy reversal to this level. Now this is what I used to say, look at where it got invalidated at this extreme here. Now imagine that somebody wants to buy here, even at the 50%, this buy will not hold this particular low. If price respect this low will be taken out. I'm even looking at price coming down to this. There's a particular low I want to see price take out, and if price take out that low, it's actually disastrous because it's like hellfire. It's like 59k of BTC and a lot of bag will drop. So you see, because this is where we can break out of the range. So you see where it is. So I was looking at this buy, but for the fact that the sell triggered first, same rule, the sell triggered first before the buy. But you can see that this bounce up here was because of this buy. There's a bounce up here, but it will still come back to take it out. Because why? The corresponding trend triggered first. So I'll be taking some live questions before okay. So before I take the live questions, let us check the inducement, the initial inducement, and let's check gold first. Because some people said they want to see what we have on gold, like the map up, like what we have. Well, I'll be checking Telegram too to I'm recording. Yeah, I'm actually recording. So now let's check gold. Let's see. I'm going to resume fully on Monday because my WhatsApp got banned. I don't know, but it's been open. I think it's 3 days ago it got opened. Yeah, so hopefully, I don't know. So I'll just resume fully trading and everything. So now we're going to start from this high to get, because this is the last swing point price created. So let's just get our inducement and distortion from there. So we had our inducement here. This is good. And then we had a distortion low at this level. So both has been taken out. Now there's one thing you should know about gold, is that gold trends a lot. Like, so you have to be extremely careful trying to trade QML on gold. Like, emphasis on extremely. If you check gold, when gold wants to buy, it keeps buying. When it wants to sell, it keeps selling. So whenever gold is ranging, people are not even happy about it because they see it like a very shitty price action, and that shitty price action is where QML may likely work. Alright, but on a normal day, gold is an RBS and SBRO pair. Yeah, as normal, resistance becomes support becomes resistance. So this was the previous inducement and disruption, and then we had, after price took out the disruption, which is this, we had a new break of structure. We had this guy here, structural liquidity. We validated this as our inducement. Okay, then let's check out for our distortion. We also have this guy here as our distortion. This structural liquidity, reconstruction, disruption. Fine. now. And the disruption got taken out and price was buying for a while. Saw some good buys here. And also there's one thing before I forget, thank God I just remembered. When you have a particular entry, right, and price has not triggered your entry and it goes to 1 to 3, not only 1 to 3, it goes to your target, it's a sign to cancel that trade, because as it's coming back with SL. QML is not a joke. It's coming back with one kind of heavy SL. When price does not trigger your entry, for example, now as this good is now, let us use this one as example. Why the QML here, this is a bit big, so we may likely use 50%, and you want to sell from here 50%. You see that, okay, see that price hits target and even more. My target is always 1 to 3. Hit the target and it did not trigger the setup. See, when it came back, what did it come back to do? SL. So don't even waste your time. Once trade has gone, it's over. Then we also have a reversal pattern that even showed up again to tell you that the buy is over, the sell is over, but buying, even if you use 50%, it's still triggered. You can see. So you see, if you use 50%, this buy. Okay, now that thing I said, both a buy and a sell, which one do you have to take considering the trend? It has to be a buy and not a sell. Why? Because price has taken out the distortion. So you see, but this SL is outrageous. But regardless, you can see. So when you have two in that same pair, follow the one in line with the trend, except if the one that is not in line with the trend triggers first. Okay, we also have another one here that got snubbed. This is a QML that got snubbed as well. So a lot of things to take note of. Let's continue. So after that, when price took out the disruption, it gave us a new inducement over here. This is an inducement now. Right, it's an inducement as a structural liquidity, and this is a disruption. Now, if there's one notable thing you can look here, is that the last bearish support that became resistance, which is this guy here, two of them, was still valid, and price gave us a QML. You can decide to take 50% because the SL is a bit large, so you can see, and price respected it. Why? This is a reversal sign plus disruption just got taken out. So the moment one gets invalidated, one most recent, this is the continuation of what we would have had. It got invalidated here, and price returned to do or take the buy. These ones are just because it's a ranging market. That's why these things are playing out. Do you understand? But if it was a trading market, QML will not work on good. Check. So the buy held as well, and then don't forget, even inside the buy, we still maintain that we had our disruption has been taken out. I was looking forward to price creating something for us. Meanwhile, we had this as our inducement low, which is this high inducement, and that is reconstruction here. Okay, this as our disruption. Then price just kept ranging, give us a buy. From buy to it gave us a validation here, a sell 50% key level, a sell here until what, it broke this low. Alright, on and on and on it kept going. So let's see what we have to the recent price of showcase. Not so far again. Now it gave us a new valid BOS, which is, we had one here. Do we have another one here? I just want to go to the most recent. Where are you? Okay, we had so looking at the most recent price action on gold, this should be our most recent inducement, which has been taken out. The inducement here, it has a structural liquidity, which is this, because this movement is like this, it's like this, and then it broke structure. So this is valid as our inducement, and then this over here is valid as our distortion. So this is simply the inducement and distortion of gold. This distortion here, this is the inducement. Inducement has been taken out. Alright, now a lot of you asked me, why did I say that the sell of SAU had no origin? I'm going to explain. You were pointing out to this place here, everybody was pointing out to this. Now I did not say that this is not correct. Now we have two ways to approach key levels. We have normal key levels from flip zones, which are previous area structural liquidity, previous internals, previous external. They can be classified as flip zone once price goes past it. Okay, but it's really complex if you use this at the same time you use this. Now let's say that you wanted to take a buy. Now let's assume that we had a fresh key level just right here. Now if price should invalidate this flip zone, would you risk taking a buy at this level again? Would you risk taking a buy here again after this level has been invalidated? Now if you say you will take an entry here now and this entry gets invalidated, you just lost two trade. Meanwhile, some people focus and trade only flip zones, which means that they only trade key levels that have been created before, not from the recent price action. They use it for their QML. They literally use it for everything. They don't trade the ones from this angle here. No, like all these things now are flip zones. They just wait for price to pass it and then see whether it closes with the body, and then they will just call it their resistance that turn support, and then they buy from here. Why some people allow price to create it a new one? You cannot trade the two, you have to trade one. That is even the same thing as this continuation model. You cannot say you want to trade key level as a continuation model and also trade mitigation block. It cannot happen. You cannot say you want to trade SBI because SBI is actually a reversal entry model. You cannot trade SBI and say you want to trade QML. It doesn't work like that. You have to pick one, and you cannot say you want to trade normal key level inverse and you want to trade QML. You have to pick one, because the rule of order flow and these models is the same for all of them. Once one get invalidated, the rest will fail. So if you are trading the two, one get invalidated or taking the next one, it means that you might be taking 2 losses instead of 1. That's why I said that this sell had no origin, because I was not focusing on the key of the flip zone. If this key level that happened here was something that price formed here, let's say that there was 2 candles here, let's say that there was one, let me make this black, let's say that there was one candle here that made this thing a valid key level, and it was this one that failed. Fine, we can now say, okay, we're entering the sell from this, and we can keep following up from different of these guys like this. But it wasn't happening like that. And moreover, price also created this reversal pattern here, got invalidated, and the buy started. So even the sell had no origin for me, but for people trading flip zone, this is actually a very, like, it just sniped themselves and started moving. It's a clean sell. And I doubt a lot of you trade flip zone, because I hardly see it in your questions. Hardly see it in your questions. Okay, so I want to say something. We might not be able to check all the pairs, because of course we don't have all the time in the world. The other class was so long. Some people that we still complain that it was too long. They find it difficult to watch the video and all of that. So an hour is enough, because we have not even taken questions, and this is 10:16. So might not be able to check too many pairs. But that BTC, right, I still look up to that sell continuing. So it's very simple. Now, this is just the price action of gold for now. This as the distortion inducement has been taken out. Even as this inducement is, if price wanted to reclaim this inducement, price knows what to do exactly. Price knows what to do exactly. Now, this is not a flip zone. This is not a flip zone. What is a flip zone here is this one. Flip zone normally used to break structure, like they have broken structure. As you can see, this one broke structure. That's why they use it, break structure. Like this one here is not a flip zone. If it was a flip zone, then it would have broken this low. Just supposed to be like this. It can be a structural liquidity. It can be an internal. It can be an external too. All right. So if I wanted to reclaim this inducement, as you get this guy here, this buy, it's just supposed to fail the guy, not buy with it. You would have just failed it here and come back to sell. Fine, that one means if I will even take the sell, it's quite understandable. So the whole thing remains this: where is price coming from and where is price going? Don't just jump because you saw an entry, and know when a part like VIX 25 that everybody is mentioning, right? That pair respects normal ROBS and SBI like so much than even QML, but it uses QML sometimes for reversal, except it wants to range, because you cannot see a trending market of price. You are seeing obviously price are buying, like it keeps buying, and just one small QML you see like this. Now you are taking a sell. Yes, sometimes it can play out, but it is not a ranging market. If it was ranging, you would know. Like if it was ranging, you would know. There's a difference between a trending and a ranging market. Know your pairs. When I said that people should go and back test the models and the pairs, it was like I said a bad thing, but it was actually the best thing I could see, because some pairs range. I have come to understand that when I was studying, I figured out that not all pairs trend like JPY pairs. They don't trend like that. If you observe, they are mostly ranging. So when price is ranging, treat it as a ranging market. Apply the models that work in a ranging market. Okay, now let's look something. If price is moving like this now, how do you approach a key level in this kind of situation? Meanwhile, when price gets here, even the key level here feels, it's just the few ones. That's why that reversal pattern is necessary, because if you catch a reversal pattern here now, fine. If price comes to it to buy, you can take your continuation model as it is going like that to go and range again, and maybe you exit from there. But you see that you have used both reversal and continuation inside here like this before it comes down. But a normal key level that has no foundation cannot work. It can't work. See, we actually need to study, right? It's actually a good thing that we all study, whether we're studying together, whether we're studying alone. Ask questions, study, and make sure that you are actually doing the right thing. There's no how you do the right thing and out of 10 you are losing 6. It's not possible. No. If you're doing the right thing, out of 10 you can lose 3. We're not saying you will not lose. You can lose 3, you can lose 2, you can even lose 4, but you cannot lose 10. You cannot even lose 8, you cannot lose 7. So good for the new week. I just want to see this low get taken out, or I want to see, because there's a buy reversal that is playing out here. If the buy can lead us to take out the disruption, then we should be buying. Now, how do you reclaim an inducement or disruption? Is simple, the same as QML. When price gets to this place here and it creates a key level here, if it takes out this inducement like this, this disruption is for sale, so reclaiming it means that we should start seeing sales, right? Now, after it takes it out, whether with the body, whether with the wick, it can still be reclaimed. But if it closes with the body, then most likely we are supposed to see buys, because body is like an invalidation already. But better advantage could be with the wick, but regardless, now if it closes here and then comes below the last key level that was formed here, get invalidated. It's simple. Just take up yourself from the QML. This one now doesn't have anything to do with is it ranging or is it trending. No, this particular one is trading in line with the trend. You can take it here and sell because the trend is bearish. Take your key levels as continuation and keep going. This disruption has been reclaimed with this. The moment price break below again, it has been reclaimed, and we have continued our bearish trend yet again. So if it does like this here, fine. If it doesn't and it takes it out and it keep respecting the buy key levels, fine, until a reversal pattern shows up again. But it should not be that gold is buying out of nowhere. It just shows that reversal pattern. You have to be careful with that particular one that happens at the peak of a trending market. That's what has been burning people on VIX 25, because they are not patient. It's just best you just trade in line with the trend. But even while you're trading in line with the trend, if you have both a buy and a sell and the trend is bullish, if the buy triggers first, is good. If the sell triggers first and price is coming, right, allow price. If that sell gets invalidated, that buy even has more high probability. Okay, so those are some points I noted out to explain. So this is just my view on gold. We're still bearish regardless, so we just have to see good sales for the week. But if we don't see sales, then like, how do we know we are not seeing sales? Just this to get taken out and then price goes above it. And some of you trade key levels, you trade your entry models and you totally forget you totally forget about um you totally forget about marking structure. You just see some people trade different entry model. If you ask them where is your inducement rate or disruption, they don't even know where it is. You just trade entry model, forgetting that you need to understand where price is currently, liquidity is currently seated. Okay, I think somebody asked the question. I will get to the question. And also, like I said before, the distance between your QML and your protected high or low is really important. You can't tell me that price created a QML, like, let me use here for example, created a QML here and got invalidated. No, this one is small. It's a very good example I want to do. A buy key level here, and you can see, look at like this chart that somebody just dropped now. That's why I'm even explaining this. This is the last fresh key level price created, and then he created this QML here. Like, how did he create it? By just coming down to invalidate that buy. How do you enter this kind of trade? Where will your SL be? If you check some of the questions I used to reply, I used to ask, whenever I ask you where will your SL be, just know that the distance between your entry and your SL is too far. It's not realistic. It's just best you let, because even at 50%, you are going nowhere. See, if you're at 50%, the pips is still big. See, if you're at 50%, how can you use 50% and your SL is still above 1,000 pips on good? What's the essence of the 50%? The 50% is just like price slash. So what's the essence when on 50% you are already like, no, now it's just best you let the trade go. This person that dropped this ZVX 25 sell, right? That is, this kind of entry is entry that somebody can take. You already have initial entry, you just want to add positions. You can just be entering those ones knowing that okay, your previous position is covering. No, like as your initial entry, it cannot work like that. Now somebody asked a question that how about the QML price close a bit with the body at the equal low? For example, if you want to take a sell and then the equal low for a buy QML at the equal low, it closed with the body. Let me draw it. For example, something like this now, and then we had and then we had a very long week here, and this is the person's question. Is asking that if price closed with the body at this equal low, but it did not close with the body at the week, it is still valid. Now I said it before, it is still valid. This one doesn't matter. The most important thing is this equal low. That's the most important thing. It's still valid. I've asked it so many times. I've answered in the question and answer. It's still valid. Single candle order block is not an entry model, number one. Number two, I want to say something. I'm not the founder of single candle order block. Okay, so I think I have to say that I'm not the founder. In short, this strategy, I'm not the founder of this is normal structure and liquidity. I don't invent it by myself. Somebody taught me, right? But most of the things I'm explaining is based on my own understanding. You know, we learn based on our understanding. If I call one person out now to teach, they are still going to explain based on how they understand and how they wrote it in their notebook. When we started the classes, I told you when my mentor was teaching, he did not call it disruption. He would just say the second most recent low or high. Now, after the explanation on order flow, I figured out that is basically just in English language, just an interruption of what was already ongoing. So it could be called a disruption, and I tagged it down for a better understanding. And for 2 years plus, I've been calling it that because that was what I wrote to my notebook, and that's what I understood it as. You understand me? So let's check the BTC again. Also, another good pair that you guys can look into for the new week is CAD JPY. That pair is actually not bad. So on gold, yeah, that's just my expectation. If we're buying, I'll still be giving you guys some notable breakdowns as the week goes by. Some things to look into. It depends on, that we cannot force an entry, right? We can only react to what price has done. So looking at this thing here, we are only reacting to what is here. This thing I drew is just like an example of if we see this kind of pattern, this is what we can do. So in case you see it, yeah, this is what we can do. And in case something else forms too, I will still talk. So let's check that BTC. I already explained now. I need to go back there. Like I said, what this BTC is reacting to now is just this guy here. That's what it's reacting to, the KML that formed. But I'm still looking out for the sell to win. Why? Because the sell got triggered first before the buy, and the sell is in line with the trend. This is still bearish, but it is consolidating heavily. Consolidation is ranging because I think it's around here the inducement and disruption is. So price has not created a new one. It is just ranging inside that inducement and disruption that was created here. Until this low is broken now, this thing here might even turn to a valid external, the way I'm looking at it, because looking at this thing, it should be able to form like 3 internals before it breaks this low. So if you go to the 4-hour time frame, this should be a valid external. Then we just take out the 2 most recent internals inside, and we are good to go. So let me take questions before I forget. Okay, I'm saying when price breaks the body of the candle but not the wick, is it valid for RBS or SBR and also for QML when the candle invalidates the body but not the wick? Also for QML, when the candle invalidates the body but not the wick, is it valid? I just explained it now. I said if it takes the body, it is valid. If the low gets broken, it is valid. What we can look into and say is invalid is that equal low or high. Price take it out with the wick and not the body. No, that one is not valid. Can you kindly drop a QML for a buy, not just the same for a buy, just the same way you have for a sell? Yes, I showed you guys a QML for a buy now. This is an example of a buy QML. It's the same rules now. Price just needs to, okay, this one now is that example of something I just said. Now you can see that these two equal low now was taken out with the body, right? But the wick was still wick to wick, not body to wick, but it was still valid. Like I said, it got invalidated. The sell got invalidated here, and the buy held. To have a reversal, a corresponding SBR or LBS just have to fail to show us that we are reversing. That's why the rules say when one fails, the rest will fail, because when one fails, the rest turns into liquidity, because that's a reversal pattern that just showed up. Okay, let's check. That's from TLS 2.0, that question. So let's check this for 1. We talk about explaining structural liquidity, which is important for us understanding the market structure. Structural liquidity is not hard. It's divided into both, divided into SL, dual and series. It's just a sweep now. Price sweeping previous candle. This is structural liquidity. I already explained these things so many times. Today somebody asked what is RBS, and SBR. I felt really bad. I can't lie. Like, for more than 1 year, somebody asked that question. I was really, really bad. Like, people were even telling him that why would he ask that kind of question? That term has been used every day, all the classes, all the revision every day, and out of nowhere somebody, it just shows that person has never been following, and it's not a good thing. Not a good thing, rather. Okay, it could also discourage me that is teaching. Imagine asking what is RBS or SBR, something that I've been saying every day. We see it. They ask questions about it. Maybe I'll stop calling it RBS or SBR. I'll just be calling the full name. Why would that is just short like that, so that it can be easy to pronounce. So this social liquidity as well, we also explain it every time. It is just what validates an internal. For an internal to be valid, price must, emphasis on must, create those structural liquidities, because it is seen as an interruption in between a structure. It is just, we I call them a minor structure created, just like this. Now, that time I gave an example. I was talking about a car. I said, if you are driving, you could see SLQ as those speed bump that slows price action down. So instead of price just to run one way like this down to our inducement, these structural liquidities can even help us to hinder price from taking everybody out as liquidity at the stretch. Because structural liquidity, as name is liquidity, if an internal does not have a structural liquidity, then it is a structural liquidity and it will be taken out. Who? Somebody said, please, if you don't mind with this question I'm about to ask, I would like to know how you scale into winning trades. I've heard people talk about using winning positions to scale into winning trade. Yeah, that's the same thing I talked about in this cell here. It's quite simple. When I dropped this cell in the group, right, I said everybody should take the cell. I explained how the cell is, and I said, okay, you have to go on the chat, because me, I cannot come and drop setup like this, tell you this is your SL, this is your TP. I believe that I've taught you. So if I mention that price is currently at this point, now this is what we are expecting, and price has formed a QML, so we have to take our entry from there. You just have to go on the chart, because it's your choice to enter with 50%, because I don't know your account size and I cannot manage your. So if you like go on the chat now, you just see it, and then we are on the same page. Everybody know that, okay, all of us are taking these trades. And if I see something otherwise, like when I saw this counter here, I also saw the guys that there's a reversal model, that trade will not continue again. You understand? So it's simple. At this entry is here now. How to scale in is these positions here, this stacking. People misquote it like it's like gambling or something. They have their own SL. I think maybe calling it scaling itself should even be better than just calling it stacking, because that name now is like wide. So you can scale in strategically. These things have their SL, right? Fine. You are in a position here. Price is in profit at this level, right? Now you can use the profit got it from this point to this point to enter this trade and maintain the. You are not using this one SL low, no. Because this trade, this is not the invalidation. You keep doing this. Okay, look at how this trade was now. Just imagine that you did this how many times? We had one here. We had two here. This one was missed. This one entered 3. So now, even if that you entered here 1, 2, 3. You have 3 positions. If your balance was $10 from this initial trade, at this point, how many was this? 1 to 5. At this point now, you should make it like $30. Now from that $30 now, you have opened another, like you can risk another $10 here. From year to year, what do you have? From year to year, should give me how many reward? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have like $60 profit. 60 plus this 30. Remember, this 30 will not remain as 30. But now this 30 is like 60. 60, 61, 20. Where did you start from? $10. It's not as easy as I'm saying it though, because it is all the thing is that like your psychology too have to be really strong, because when you lose, if this position does not go well, your balance will reduce. Sometimes you can, if it doesn't go well and you overrisk, your balance will be showing minus. That's why I see some people have negative balance. It's from a losing trade when they were trying to scale in. That's what usually cause it. So now if you count it now, then now the next one here and here, this $10 should be giving you up to like $250. $10 to $250. You may necessarily not call it stacking. You can call it scaling in for it to be more pronounced. Do you understand? So it's not hard. These entries have their own SL. You don't have to use this entry from here and then you are using this one as your SL. No, they have their invalidation. When you see two key levels like this, they have their invalidation. The extreme of it is their invalidation. At these two key levels they are now, when they're triggered here, their invalidation can be here. Okay, look at this one now. The invalidation can be here. They have SL, actually. They do. They have SL. Look at it. They actually do have SL. Okay, another one even formed again. So you just maintain the SL. And this one was unfair, but it still held. So they actually, it just takes one to fail for you to even exit almost all the positions or something. See, this one has SL. They actually do have SL. That's what the whole scaling in idea is all about. Can see they have SL. You see that it takes just one to fail, and then you know that okay. So they have SL, scaling in strategically. I don't know if I answered that person, but that's more of what I did. You don't even have to divide your SL into 50% or something. Just enter with your normal rates from your first position. Continuation model will show you continue from it. That is it. The small sell position of BTC, is that a flip zone? No, it is not now. Which sell? Is it this one? This is not a flip zone, no. This would have been a flip zone if we were taking from this side. This is not a flip zone. Is this one that would have been? This is not a flip zone. Let me check from yes, QML works well in a ranging market, yes. They said when you say where price is coming from, please put more explanation on that. And when you say where price is coming from nowhere, okay, where price is coming from, what originated that price action, you can see. For example, it's safe to say that if price comes here and this is distortion, goes like this, and it takes out this most recent sell after disruption, comes back to reclaim it, it is safe to say that this buy that will happen here was originated by a reclamation of the inducement. It is safe to say that. Now it is quite different when, okay, let me draw another example from when I used to say when price is coming from nowhere, price is inside here now. Price has neither gone to this inducement or disruption, and it stays inside here just from nowhere and start giving QML buy. Beer, not even QML buy, let's say key level. QML buy itself is even better because they can see like a reversal, just a normal key level Let me clean it and do it again, because this explanation is even more of this key level. Okay, now price not here or here. Now it gives a key level here. How do you enter a key level buy from here? What started this buy? Why should this buy hold? That is coming from nowhere. It's not like he swept this and is reclaiming, or he swept this and he just stayed in the middle. I want to buy. That's the mistake most people make. And for one thing as well, this is a weak point. No proper break or structure. We have been better here or here. This is just out of nowhere. That's what I mean. The questions are more true. How does news, especially this, will affect the chart? Especially good, because Trump has been doing us dirty. I was having a talk about it, how it affects analysis. I'm not really a fundamental person, right? So I also do my analysis. I'm not really big on that. If my technicals are in place, even if I take a loss, I might just take it that it was just meant to happen. I don't even attribute it to because of like a war or something. People that do it and it's working for them, that's really beautiful, but I don't really have a knowledge of it. And of course, you have to have a knowledge of something before you actually use it. So I don't have a knowledge about like heavy fundamentals about Trump, and I'm not really a fan of news on a normal day, like watching news or reading newspapers or that. When price knows our entry and gives us like 3 weeks reward or TP, we should not check the trade when it comes back. Does this apply to reverse and QML too? Yes, of course, it applies to QML. Yes. So if we have like a sell QML and a create 3 more continuation model, if the most recent key level fails, you are saying it's advisable to close all position plus QML, right? Well, you may likely not close it. You can set break even. It's your choice. So, but me, when that BTC showed up that reversal model that I told you guys, right? I just closed the trade because, and I wasn't really in the best of my mood. I just closed the whole trade because I knew that it would just come out to take out that place. Yep. So basically, we wait for price to take out and reclaim inducement before we take a trade. Originator, when price tap or sweep disruption of order flow, then we take a trade as well. Not every time. If price is ranging, you can take normal QML. Otherwise, if price has already like reclaimed, like let me just say like a week ago, price has reclaimed an inducement or disruption, and like as gold is to buy, it will now be trending. Yes, you can just keep following with your buys, your instant ones to support. Keep following up like that. That one, nobody will say that it doesn't have an originator. It's obvious that we are bullish, so we are bullish. Is it safe to look out for QML after break of structure as per best position start the buy or sell? Then also consider the most recent. I don't understand that question. I don't understand the question. Can you drop a chart example? That card JPY trade I took, I've said it plenty times now. That is not stacking. This thing I said now was what I was doing. I did not even have to go to 5 minutes save. That trade lasted for almost a month. That $1,000 trade, it lasted for almost a month. I did not stack anything there. I just killed it now. This thing I explained that on like using continuation module. There was no stacking there. And I'll still advise you guys to like watch the structure videos. Everybody has that structure video. Everybody. I forwarded it to everywhere. Like the one from TLS 2.5. There's nothing different though. I've not changed strategy. I posted yesterday on Twitter. I've been killing the same social and liquidity for 2 years plus, and I learned it from, let me not mention his name. So I've not changed strategy. It's just that I've gotten a better understanding on it, because I love learning. When I even first saw this key level was from my mentor. He did not even come to teach me directly. I just asked him, I think 1 or 2 questions. I asked him. He sent me is it YouTube link? Yes. I'm not really good with YouTube like that, so I had to make my own research personally and all of that. I didn't know, like, just say okay. If it's some people now, as you send them that YouTube link, they'll be like, because that mentorship was even a lifetime mentorship. See, I not pay for lifetime mentorship and all of that. No need. As he sent it to me, I just tap on it, and I'm not really a big fan of it. So what I did was just take some key notes, do my own personal research, paid somebody else explain for me, just a 30-minute section. I started backtesting it like that. The QML, I backtested it and I got it myself. Okay, let me see. Can you go to January 2025 on Good and show us some RBS and SBR example price was heavily trending? That one should be in the backtesting section now. That one should be in the backtesting section. We'll just use our normal replay so that you can get it clearly. Where is the video? What video? This evolution now. It's your own video I sent to others. You have your video here already now. It was a live class. I'm not seeing much question again. For those that are joining late, I think some of the questions you're asking, I already explained it. So I already explained it. A lot of people are saying check this pair, check that pair, check this pair, check that pair. If I check all of it, which time are we going to live here? Because everybody have their own favorite pair. So I just picked one ranging, one of trending and ranging. Yeah. So when are we learning single candle order block? There's something I wanted to see from evolution first, but we should do it this April, maybe like some weeks into April, but it's not going to be more than April. Our next section is this coming Sunday. In as much as you want to learn single candle order block, like I said, I'm not the founder of it too. Like a lot of people are already even trading. If you check on Twitter self, you see people have it on their YouTube channel before now. But another strategic way to scaling too, without having to worry about whatever, is using continuation model. Because there's something I observe, right? If your analysis is not correct from that instant, if your analysis is not correct, what you should know is that whether you use single candle order block confirmation, double candle order block confirmation, triple candle order block confirmation, family order block, it will not even work, right? The first thing first is the right analysis. Let your structure, let everything be on check. Do you understand? I mean, we should pay attention on QML from this areas, but we can consider it as a weak point. I don't understand. This is your question. I'm not even seeing the QML. I'm not even seeing. I'm just seeing a red line you drew, and then and the orange box also. I'm not seeing the chem out. Just do fast. Let me answer you specifically before we go. When is the best time to enter a trade? Is it before or after liquidity is being taken out in a value structure? That's a very smart question. It is after liquidity has been taken out. The best trade anyone can have, the best, like the best and best and best, is after price has grabbed liquidity. That time you can see that you are safe. When price has taken liquidity, that is the best trade you can have, whether it's inducement. Even a disruption can turn to a liquidity. Once price takes it out and try to reclaim it, it was used as liquidity. That's why I said don't enter directly, because even in some cases disruptions are being taken out and reclaimed. So the best trade you can have is when liquidity has been taken out. For the QML, let's say sell QML price close above the 2 candle but didn't close above the week. How do you place the SL? Can you drop a chart example? The video is getting too long. That's the problem we have with everybody. You can't even satisfy people. They will say the video is short, some will say the video is long. How is it getting too long now? I'm answering questions now. I'm answering questions. If it's getting long, it means that I'm answering questions. We are not playing yet. We're actually learning. So please just exercise patience. Tell us your success story. It's not necessary. Just ask question of what we are doing here. Somebody said the video is getting long. He said tell us your success story. We go come up for here today. Maybe another time we can just have a section for that one. This, oh my god. I'm waiting for somebody to send a chat to explain what he was asking. Let's just give him 2 minutes. There's a question that is asking. If you just drop the chat, let me see what. I think your name is Bambo TP. That is you I'm waiting for. The last question and then is this is what I was asking as per where should you look out for the QMRO entry, right? I want to see like a better this one say please don't listen to anybody. Calm down. It's going to be a good week by God's grace. That person is taking time. I've answered you now, Prince. You asked when price snub our entry and gives like 3 weeks reward or TP, we should not take the trade when it comes back. Does this apply to KML? I answered. I said yes. How many people are yes? 307. That's really poor. But it's fine. I've answered you. I don't think this person wants to. Let's keep the time, please. Tomorrow people will go to work. Okay, I think we have to stop here. So I'll send the video by tomorrow morning, on or before 12 p.m. On or before 12 p.m. Thank you so much and see you in the next section. The moderator will send the announcement for the next section in the live stream group. Thank you and have a lovely week ahead. Trade safe and carefully as well.